Well, I've decided to make an executive decision. The video is getting way too long, way too complicated, and so I've decided to break it down. So this is going to be part two. And part two, we're going to be dealing with the side windows with the vents. But before we get too far into it, I want to clarify a few things. Went on the internet last night and I did a VIN search for this. I went to, I think, JBugs or I don't know, some VW VIN place, VIN search engine. So turns out it's a 75, knew that, and but it had an 1800 in it, not a 1700. So I saw that, and this had a fuel injected engine in it, and now you know why it has a 1600 carburetor engine in it. Back then, getting something with fuel injection repaired, it would have been cheaper to drop in and this is a Brazilian engine, a Brazilian 1600. It would have just been cheaper to do it. So that's what they did. Also, I found the original plate. This has been off the road. Last time it was tagged was 2011. So 10 years this guy's been off the road. So not quite a barn find. But it's an old one. So anyway, with all that said, let's get on to part two, side windows. We've got the first piece of glass out. It was the absolute easiest piece of glass that you could take out of this van, and that's where I started. I mean, there's a learning curve I have to get through, and I learned a lot on that one. So, taking what I learned on that one, I'm gonna next. I'm gonna get this guy here. Should be very similar. This here is separate from here, so you can go through and pull this out. And I've got a bunch of those I could take out, and then I'll come back and hit these guys here. That way we've got the bulk of the rear ones out. From a timing standpoint, I only got a couple hours today, you know, life. So let's get at it. Okay, we've got this piece of glass here out. I now that I know how to do this, I'm not going to bore you. I've got I've got two more exactly like it that I'm going to pull out. Not going to film that. But I don't want to jump onto this guy and then learn something here and then forget what I did here. So I'm actually going to knock those other, I'm going to remove those other two pieces of glass. Then I'm going to come back over here and take care of this guy. So back in a few. Okay, I have all of the four square, air quotes, square pieces of glass out. And I just wanted to show you what the channels look like. The tops, of course, will be fine. They're not an issue. It's once you get down in here where the water sets, and they are actually pretty good. Surface rust, got a little bit right there. That's about the worst, except when you get back here. This is the rear one, and a lot of this is just loose stuff. So I think we're in really good shape. There's no holes blown through. There's no soft spots. I got to figure out these clips though. So that's one of the things I will have to figure out. Okay, the next thing is I'm going to tackle one of these side mirrors. And get some lunch in me and stare at one for a while. Well, I changed my mind. This one's going to be a bit of a challenge. It's got a side over here that I don't know if you can see it or not. That piece there actually belongs on that side, and then it gets riveted into here. But because this already popped out, I just did that and brought it over. I pulled down here, and that side popped out. So what I'm going to try to do is the standard procedure: slide it back, kick the bottom out, and we'll see if it comes out. Okay? Okay, it's moving. Now here's the tricky part. Oh, it's coming out. Just don't want to break. And there we go. And it's out. So it's not that, once you know the trick, it's not that difficult. So I'll go put this with the other glass. And this is what I've come up with for the glass storage. All the glasses, I had to remark it. It wasn't real bright of me to mark it and then clean it, took the paint right off it. But so far, this is what I've come up with the glass, knowing that this is going to be a long-term project. It's a cart. I can move it around if it gets in the way without having to pick up each individual piece of glass. So, solve that problem.